Okay, YouTube stream is back up. Everything's back up. We've got Lamo here. We've got the tea here. The kettles are hot. Everyone else says. Oolong Drunk says Lamo. It's Lamo. Everyone says it's Lamo. Everyone say hi to Lamo. Lamo doesn't get on the streams too much, so it's really great to see her on here. So.
Yeah, the time is perfect since the kids are in bed
kids
right now.
are just in bed right now, so this is the perfect time to have a little tea. Although it is a little bit late, but it's all good. I'll show this for the other stream. There we go. Yeah, just that light just washes it out just a little bit too much when I pull it up for the Instagram one. So this is art by Stasia. We actually haven't even had a chance to try it after it's been pressed. So we only got our shipments in. We actually, we pre-shipped a whole bunch of it to ourselves, and then it sat in Kunming for like a really long time, and then sat in Beijing, Guangzhou for a really long time, and then it just went all the way back. So we lost the early advantage of shipping the stuff out ahead of time, so which was pretty unfortunate. But that's just the nature of seems to be the nature of everything these days.
Yeah, everything took so long.
There we go. It's a nice looking leaf. It's a really good blend. Really nice stuff. I was really happy with how it turned out. I spent a lot of time working with it. Had a lot of conversations with Stasia about the design and the blend and everything that we wanted to do with it. We've actually kind of had an idea about doing a tea like this for a little while, but took a while to get the art right and
the name right.
And the name, just to get the name quite right and everything. And so pretty excited when Stasia was down to do another one with us on this design. And yeah, she totally nailed it. Design looks amazing. Hey, Zealous Tees, what's going on? Mr. Remakes, we're back. Yeah, the first stream had a little bit of a failure. Happy says good evening. Good evening to you, Happy. Why don't you set that up there, or I can keep it right here and show it off.
Yep. Do you want a new cake?
Yeah, grab me a new cake. There we go. Right. So hey, Saturday night. We haven't done a late night stream in a
year?
Quite a while, at least a year.
I don't know.
When we were doing those like midnight tea club streams, those things kind of wrecked us. But yeah, so we've got this Gaiwan here. We're gonna brew in the Instagram's favorite Gaiwan, which we can no longer have made, which is frustrating. Haven't found anybody that makes a pretty decent equivalent of it, so that's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's a little tricky since we are unable to go to China. It's easy to work everything.
Got this guy here, which you guys have seen, which is really nice. That's the Jinshui Crimson Skies. Oh, Zealousy wanted to link our stream to the Discord, but then computer troubles. Yeah, dude, I had computer troubles tonight as well. Like the YouTube stream just died. It's up again. The YouTube stream is up again. If you want to grab the link to it again, that'd be cool. You could toss it into the Discord. Discord.gg/tea if anybody's interested in chatting with a bunch of tea nerds. I'm a tea nerd. I use the term.
People watching this must be the tea nerds.
Yeah, if it's 9 o'clock at night and you're watching somebody else drink tea. And instead of going to China, what if China comes to us? Well, that's pretty much what it is. It's just a slow path. It's a slow path to get things.
Eventually, we will meet again.
Yeah, it'll work out. I like being a tea nerd too. The Oolong Drunk. Yeah, absolutely. There you go. It's got a little bit of an aged aroma right now, but it's also kind of a little fresh and vibrant. So I've got a silver cup here, and 2 of these Huaning wood-fired cups that I absolutely love for Shang. Hopefully this December I'll be able to get some really nice Huaning wood-fired cups up on the site that we've got here in Seattle. Really nice handful of ones that were actually fired in Huaning's old dragon kiln, which is pretty awesome. Oolong Drunk, has the California shipping crisis affected you guys in any way? Yeah, absolutely. It's affected us. It's affected everybody. And there's a lot of stuff, a lot of packages. I mean, just everything's just delayed. Whatever. It's just, yeah. And customs gets delayed. Everything gets delayed.
And right now, China Post doesn't accept any international order because they got so many package stuck in the Guangzhou.
Yeah.
So they stopped taking.
So there's no place for it to go on the U.S. side, so it just sits there, and just the queue on China just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Average tea shipping time now, 2 to 3 months. West China tea, what's going on, man? Yeah. So shipping is not a happy thing right now.
Fun. I think that's why lots of people are doing Black Friday a month ago.
Yeah.
Because everybody realized you can't make it.
Zealousy's in the YouTube chat over there. Yeah, see, Mr. Remakes has some Mengku Huangshan you started earlier. Probably isn't much left, but that's nice. It's nice because now as it gets a little later at night, it's got a little bit less some nice interesting aromas in there. Some nice it's nice to be able to drink a tea later at night that you've started earlier in the day. There's not as much caffeine left, but you get a little bit of the same emotion out of it. I'm gonna slide over a little bit, see if you can get back more to the camera there.
Oh, the Instagram.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. It's tight. It's a tight fit here, guys.
Smaller tea table. It does still have a Yanshan freshness.
Yeah.
And some aged hints. Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking to a lady that works at the customs at San Francisco, and she says the plan is to close that down. And I'm like, man, what do you guys? Where are the packages going to go if you guys close that facility down? And she's like, I don't know. So, Alex drinks rooibos at night. It's what you drink. Yeah, it's got such a unique flavor. Rooibos is a very interesting drink. We had some friends that were harvested it in South Africa. Inner Cholitude, what's going on? I saw your question. You sent me one earlier, but I haven't had a chance to reply to it. So don't worry about that. I will get back to you. Zealousy wants to know a little bit about Love Potion. So yeah, so Love Potion, we kind of had this idea for a while, and I mean, it's a popular like phrase and turn of phrase in English and stuff, talking about love potions and stuff and whatnot. But I kind of wanted to do something like that. I'm in love with these teas, and it's kind of fun to imagine them as this sort of like an enchanting elixir, something that you can just kind of drink and fall in love with. And so we put together a blend that kind of fit it, but it wasn't until we worked with Stasia to get the art that she did that it all kind of worked together. Have I ever tried May leaf teas? I don't need to really spend a lot of time purchasing from other Western vendors because I buy my teas direct at the source. So I have not drank any teas from May leaf, but I know a lot of people have good things to say about them.
Yeah, if we have a vendor friend in the area, we will have tea together. Then we will bring each other will bring tea, and then
we share a lot. We share a lot of tea and stuff with vendors that we meet in Yunnan, so that's kind of fun. Zealousy says Stacia is wonderful. I love her work. Yeah, absolutely, and specifically the work that she did on this wrapper was so much different than. Hey, there we go. Whatever. Sorry, it doesn't work on the Instagram camera. That just gets too washed out. So I'll focus here on the YouTube one. The artwork that she did on this is so different than a lot of the stuff that she does. So I really like using and bringing in aspects of like Chinese history and Chinese culture and lore and legends and stories and stuff like that. And so if you see it larger, we actually still have to get the originals from Stasia. Actually, we'll be down there tomorrow. Maybe I should message her. Ta-da! There we go. So you can actually see there's a fox on there, and there's nine tails, and the 9 tails go all the way around. So there's a legend of a Chinese like succubus midnight mistress who's a shape-shifting demoness, and she goes from a fox with 9 tails into this like woman who seduces men at night. And so it's just kind of a really fun imagery, really fun story and legend. So you got the fox in there, and the 9 tails are all wrapped around.
The color and details are awesome.
The color and detail was great. So it's a little different than some of the other designs that she's done for us. A little less cartoony, but a lot more real. Little behind the scenes info. In order to get that pose just right, I had to pose for photographs for Stacia because I wanted the pose to be just right. So I was the I was the model. I was
You
was
are
the model.
Jing.
I was the Huli Jing. Huli Jing is how you say the nine-tailed fox in Chinese. Huli Jing. Hulijing, right? Huli Jing.
Yeah, yep. Huli Jing. Yep.
Is she related to Naruto? I don't believe that she is related to Naruto, but the Japanese also have interesting stories of foxes and fox seductresses and things like that.
Yep.
Inner Solitude. Yeah, the Way has a really nice wrapper as well. Yep. Alex wants to buy our tea just for the wrappers. That's what I like to hear. Well, I appreciate that. I mean, that's that means that we're doing something right, and I really like that the wrappers kind of add something to the whole experience. Mr. Remakes, yes, I was at least the hand model. I was the hand model for the fox lady. I think I was probably using like this teapot here, and I was like holding some things and trying to get the posture just right. Yeah. So if you wondered why like the fox lady on the wrapper was so attractive, it's me.
Oh, what happened? Water.
Watch your phone. I don't want to spill in it. You just want regular water? You want?
Oh no! I will add water.
Okay.
That's easier.
Sure. Just want to make sure I don't pour it on you. So did anybody get any fun Black Friday sales, or was everybody doing the no buy Black Friday? Am I gonna brew Jawa juice next? Jawa juice is actually kind of a fun name. Inner Solitude. I don't have any Jawa juice. No. But I like that name. That's a good one.
Jawa, is that Star Wars?
Yeah, Jawa, those little guys from Star Wars. Jawa juice. Yep. So, no, I don't have any Jawa juice, but it's a cute name. I don't think we did anything Black Friday related. Socks. Bought socks. Socks on sale at the store down the street. I'm a big Black Friday spender. They were half off. Daddy did a new pair of socks.
I think I did lots of my shopping a month ago.
Yeah, we did most of anything we needed. Looked for deals earlier. Alex said Show Pu'er would always make really good kombucha. Yeah, actually, Pu'er in general, Sheng or Show, both make really nice kombucha. There's a tea shop in Canada that we have had a lot of the kombucha from the tea that they make. So you should make some. You should give it a try. Has anyone else used Pu'er for kombucha? I'm sure somebody in the chat has. Inner Solitude didn't make any purchases, but maybe when you get paid this coming Friday. Yeah. Warp Dial, an unexpected late stream. You see, yeah, I decided it'd be a little Saturday night love potions. That's what we're drinking. We're drinking love potion for the first time. We haven't had a chance to drink it yet. It's been pretty busy. We got it a couple weeks ago. We've been letting it rest, and we had a chance to drink Crane Gang last week, and then we actually had it on the stream yesterday. But yeah, you've never heard of anybody? Alex has never heard of anybody using kombucha from Pu'er. Yeah, no, kombucha is definitely used from Pu'er. I know some of our customers have done it. I've not tried it that our customers have made, but I know that I've tried some of the stuff that they made up at O5 in Vancouver. Zelsi says, yeah, Zelsi already bought everything you wanted by Friday. Yeah, I didn't really even find any good. I don't know. Maybe at my age I'm not as commercialistic or something like that. I looked at some sales and it just all looked like junk. It's just like, what do I need all that stuff for? But Tracker Films. Oh, so I've got I'm streaming on YouTube and I'm streaming on Instagram at the same time. And so Alex is chatting on the Instagram stream, and you guys are chatting on the other one. So sorry about the confusion about that. So just trying to get two chats going at the same time. So
you're busy.
Yeah. Taylor G says steamed milk on the community makes kombucha from Pu'er. Yeah, you should do it, man. You should do it. You should make some. You should get some good stuff going. Yeah, there had been like a couple shops that I'd been looking at some interesting stuff on, kind of keeping a track of like the prices and stuff, and had a couple things in like a little tentative cart, and I was waiting to see if like a Black Friday sale dropped. And like Thursday night at like 12:59, they like doubled the price of the item I was looking at, and I'm like, bastards. I was like so upset. I'm like, I don't even want to buy from you anymore. Like, what's the point What was the point of that? I mean, it was actually cheaper if I had just bought it on like the semi-sale that they had before Black Friday than to wait till Black Friday for the Black Friday discount with like the janked up price. That was just disappointing.
In China, every year November 11 we have big sale on the Taobao.
11/11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why some vendor would do the same thing. They will raise the price and give you a huge discount, but it's about the same price.
Yeah, there you go, Xiaxio. Xiaxio is now in both chats. We've got a little Xiaxioception, a little Alexception, kind of like going both ways. Funny. Thanks for being on.
Very strong.
The steep is pretty strong.
I think you steep very quick, right?
It was relatively quick. It's always interesting to try the teas for the first time after they've been pressed because we spent a long time with them when they were loose in the blend. I mean, we went through more than 10 iterations of this, 10 or 15. Like I was working on this for a long time.
And the first dip is pretty gentle, sweet, floral, and the second one it kicked. It come out really fast.
Carl Jung is steaming hams. Is that what you're talking about on the chat over there? Lightly clouded weather. It's 123. Steaming hams. Good for you, man. It's a midnight ham.
Oh, make me hungry.
Making Llama hungry. Llama's always hungry.
I'm always hungry. Yep.
Yeah, Alex, you're right. That's it's kind of frustrating when you see shops doing that. You know, throwing up, making things more expensive, and then doing the fake discount thing. But it's tough. Running any business is tough, especially nowadays. Speaking of difficult businesses, I mean, if you guys don't know, they announced it yesterday. Phoenix Tea Shop in Burien, just south of Seattle, is they're going out of business. So if you're in the Seattle area and you want to stop by, you've got 1 month. But yeah, that's pretty disappointing. But it's tough. It's hard. It's especially for like a physical retail shop to have survived as long as they did, like the last 2 years with all like the mandates and the closings and the forced closures and all that stuff.
So hard. Yep.
It's really hard. And that shop was definitely geared more towards like sit down, traditional Chinese, like Gong Fu style brewing. You can try your teas in the shop before that and things. It's not kind of like the like more of like a Starbucks model where it's just like buy a latte, go, buy a latte, go, buy a latte, go, and you can kind of get people in and out. Like they wanted people to stay inside that shop, and
they have so many selections too.
So many teas there, and so we'd actually set up like a little micro shop experience in the corner, and so you could actually buy Crimson Lotus teas in the corner of their shop, and so that's sad. It's sad to see they've been around for 10 plus years. It's kind of hard to see like a big Seattle icon just kind of disappear like that.
Yep.
So.
It's pretty sad, yep.
Oh, this is nice steam. It's really fresh. Spivot, do you like to pour your water clockwise or counterclockwise? I think I actually go. I go clockwise. Yeah. So I like to start here, and then just kind of like slowly go around it like that. So I kind of do like a 240-degree circle like that. That's kind of what I like to do. I kind of like to get a little bit of a circle. Carl's Young, would you say that sheng is a less expensive hobby than cigars, or more, would I say it's less expensive or more healthy? Well, it's definitely more healthy. Any smoked material that you're pulling into your lungs is not going to be not going to be healthy long term. Including smoking cigarettes, smoking tea, which some people actually do, but we've had some pu-erh cigarettes before. It's just kind of weird.
It doesn't even smell good.
I wouldn't necessarily say that. Well, sheng pu-erh is probably less expensive. Probably less expensive hobby than cigars. Cigars can get pretty expensive. I smoke cigars every now and then. My brother does as well, and cigars can get pretty pricey. Tracker Films wants to know what lens I'm using. So I've got an old Canon Vixia HD little camera that I was able to use connected to my computer, but I got like, it was $15 on Amazon, like a $15 fisheye lens, and I think it actually works pretty decent. It's not like super fancy, it's not super high end, but I really like I like being able to hold stuff up to the fisheye lens like this. I just think it's a lot of fun.
It looks really
But
good.
it doesn't work on this one. Hey, there we go. Hey, actually, that looks pretty nice. Look at that. There we go. I got to work out the light. Maybe I'll have to move the light back a little bit. I'm still trying to get used to using the iPad so that we can do the stream on Instagram at the same time. But yeah, and then I do have like a little tiny lens stuck over the iPad to just kind of open things up a little bit, because otherwise just the field of view on the Instagram format, it's just like so tight and narrow. You have to have the thing like really far away. Carl Jung wants to know if we can play a video game on stream. I certainly could. I'm not going to. Nobody wants to play the games that I'm playing, so it's all good.
Maybe your generation.
You guys want to watch me play like deep bronze level StarCraft 2 and just get my ass handed to me by a bunch of 12-year-olds? Nobody wants to watch that. Yeah, Alex, the iPads are pretty handy, and we've primarily been using it just for the kids, like letting the kids watch some little videos and stuff. I'm not worried about that. I'm gonna move that away.
Ready.
But yeah, I started using it for because with the phone, like it'd be so hard. Like, you know, I'd have to have the phone all the way over there. I wouldn't be able to read the chat, and so it actually turns out pretty well with the iPad. And if I've got that fisheye lens, I can actually keep it pretty close and get a nice little semi-wide view. Ziaxio, no PUBG. Yeah, actually, I really liked PUBG Mobile. I played PUBG Mobile a lot, but yeah, nobody wants to watch me play PUBG Mobile either. Oh, I'm sorry, this one's yours. My bad.
It's okay.
I'm sorry. Big fan of the guy one you're using. Yeah, this is one of the best guy ones ever. I love it. And we've been trying to find somebody else to make them. It's the artist that made them for us. Like one day they're like, "Yeah, we just don't want to make them anymore," and
Yep.
that was really kind of disappointing. They didn't even like let us do like one final batch. We're like, no.
We got like 15 left.
15?
10 or 15.
I think we've got like 5. I kept like a couple for myself. This is actually the first one I bought, and it's actually about to crack. It's got, every time I pour water on it, you hear a honk, because it's it'll eventually crack, and then I'll have to get it kintsugi. Torn Ham wants to know, it says our new black tea offerings look good. You love the artwork. Thanks. I really like the artwork as well. I think they turned out great. And those are really those are awesome. There's awesome teas for you guys that have actually tried our black teas. Which one's your favorite so far? Oolong Drunk, are you still on here? You were chatting with us for a little bit. Guess not.
Maybe not.
Yep. There's only a handful of people on the Instagram stream.
Why? Oh.
Let's see.
My mouth is so sorry right now.
Yeah, my mouth is super sweet. Ziaxio says you're probably worse at me than PUBG because you've never played. I actually really enjoyed kind of getting the hang of it on the phone, although the phone just doesn't really work from a first-person shooter perspective. I don't know. I don't really like it. And but I did buy like these little extra trigger buttons that you can put on the outside of it, so you can actually hold it somewhat regular. Yeah, I'm old school, like computer and mouse, but I don't have a computer that's fast enough to really run any modern games, which is good because I have got no time to do it. But PUBG's actually fun, and the mobile game actually works pretty well. It's pretty decently balanced as well. You play PUBG on the Google Pixel? Yeah, I think if you had it on a mobile device and you had like an external controller, I think you could have a lot more fun with it. But yeah, no, I'm a fan of the whole genre. But yeah, she's in a tea coma again. Who's in a tea coma again? Alex only plays old school RuneScape. I've been playing a little bit more. Every now and then I'll play a little some poker on the iPhone. Jump onto World Series of Poker and, you know, lose a couple million coins. I have a new rule. I just don't put money into any new games. So if it's a free game, I'll play it as much as I can. But then I get tired of ads after a while. Yeah, RuneScape's old. You like the Google Pixel? You folded one in half once. Why would you do that? Why would you fold it in half? I'm assuming it's not one of the models that actually does fold in half. You fold it in half by accident. That's horrible. Oh, oolong drunk's in a tea coma. Yeah, I've seen it happen. Oolong drunk is a he. Yeah, it happened to him before. You play those games later when kids grow up. Yeah. Once the kids get to like an age when we've got some expendable time, and I don't feel like I'm like rotting their brain too much, I'll pull out some of my old school game favorites and stuff. Let them see if they can play their way through the original Legend of Zelda or something like that.
Oh, that'd be fun.
No hints. That game was so inspirational for me. I played that game so much. Modern graphics, just yeah. Oh, you were trying out your hydraulic press. That's and you pressed your iPad. That's oh no, you Google Pixel. That's too bad. What made you name the sprawl after the Gibson books? Well, I love William Gibson. I love Cyberpunk. I love Neuromancer. I love everything about the genre. And I wanted to do a little something homage-ish, I guess would be the way to put it. And so I played a lot of the Cyberpunk 2077 earlier this year, and so it's definitely like in my head. And Neuromancer is one of my favorite novels of all time. I've read it so much, and so some of the teas that we drank in my mind felt like the way the virtual worlds in Neuromancer work. It's almost like putting on your VR helmet. Just feels like you're just spread wide and something like that.
When I was in tea drunk, I have that feeling.
Yeah, just the idea of tea drunk where you're not like here anymore. Your brain is just sprawled out across a large area, and then I just kind of borrowed heavily from some of the visual imagery and the books and stuff, and wrote up a fun little description, and kind of created an image that kind of is a large urban sprawl and things like that. So just kind of wanted to I don't know. It's what I like. It's my tea.
Did anyone try that tea? Yeah.
Yeah. Has anybody actually gotten sprawl in? No toxin sacs in it. No. I really loved the way they described that the virus that they actually get and use to crack that ice. It's just like this Chinese virus. It's military grade, but it has really good instructions in English. And it talks to you and stuff. Something about I really kind of like that. So I used some of that verbiage in the description, and I think it actually really makes sense for the tea. So no toxin sacs in the tea, but that tea will burrow deep. Carl Jung was once playing Wii Tennis online and got frustrated. I didn't know Wii Tennis had online mode, but I played it old school offline. But T-Voyeur, what's going on? T-Voyeur found some. That's good. T-Voyeur found some good deals. She snuck down to Phoenix Tea today and found some even a 2014 Bulong Sheng, the full size ones was still there. So.
Oh wow, nice.
Yeah.
We're gonna swing by tomorrow.
Yeah, I mentioned that. She heard that, so that's why she went down there to see what was there. So I think we still have some teapots there. That's a good find, T-Voyeur, because I think once we had actually started selling it on the site again, it was actually more expensive. So you probably got a good deal, good price in it. Naturally A's that Burien storage. That's probably been there at least 5 years right now, right? 5 years.
Pretty close.
Probably.
Yep.
When am I going to do a rum barrel Sheng? I don't know that it would work as well as with the show. I don't have any plans. I don't have any plans with that.
It just works.
Spivot wants to know if I've tried mixing tea drunk with other types of mind-altering substances. I'm not really into other types of mind-altering substances, to be honest. Like tea and then just my life is plenty for me. But I know other people that have. There's probably some people in the chat that could, comment on mixing tea and drugs.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I said, I've not. It's just not really my deal. I don't really go for it. So, but I know people that do, and that's cool. But yeah, I think some tea could be really interesting paired with some stuff. Whiskey barreled teas. Yeah, I'm not a like. For me, like I gotta roll with what I like, and I like rum, and so I'm not a big whiskey fan, and so I'm not necessarily excited about the idea of my teas having like a whiskey experience. So
depends on people. Maybe some people like it.
No, I know. I get that, and I'm sure some people would, but it's just it's hard for me to get passionate about pursuing something that I'm not necessarily passionate about. So I mean, it's just like there's tons of like amazing white tea in Yunnan, but I don't really like white tea, and so every time I try it, I'm like, I don't even really want to drink it. So it makes me not want to sell something that I don't really want to drink. This is kind of how I think about it. So, but Mr. Remake says tea and CBD is good. There you go. Happy had some rum barrel yesterday for the first time. I have to say it wasn't the best teas you've had in a while. That's great, man. I really appreciate that feedback. I'm excited when the our teas can actually when people are when it actually works. When the experiment actually comes out and turns into something awesome.
That's awesome.
It's nice to hear a lot of that. People save the rum barrel stuff for special occasions, and it's nice you've got that little jar and stuff, and it's just works out really well like that. Yeah, that's good. Anybody else have rum barrel recently?
Yeah.
Tornham says pu'er and dumplings go well together. Yes. Pu'er and any Chinese food go well together.
Dim sum, it's the perfect
pu'er.
pair.
Yeah, show pu'er after some dim sum is awesome.
It's a perfect.
Awesome. We had some humbao tonight. Yeah, that actually works out well. Carl Jones says that Zealousy is playing Spelunky. That's I've not played that game myself. Zealousy says, speaking of potent tea, you had a session with Stormbreaker 2 days ago. It was super potent. Stormbreaker
Very
is
strong tea.
Absolutely.
Yep.
T-Voyer said she had a weird crossfade if you eat one of your CBD chocolates with tea. It's like a weird trip. Yeah, if it doesn't work. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Yeah. Alex says some people have been mixing nice cigars and tea. Absolutely. Yeah. I know some of our customers actually do the tea and cigar pairings and stuff, which is funny. Now Mr. Remix is hungry again.
And I think your brother really like a cigar,
Yeah,
so
my
we
brother-
actually found some tea have a hint of cigar smokiness. So
Yeah.
some people
Yeah.
are really into it.
Yeah, he's really into that. Zealousy, only 5 grams. 5-gram session of Stormbreaker knocked you around. Yeah, Stormbreaker. Well, like Oolong Owl, like she calls it, Stormwrecker. She calls it Stormwrecker. And we always do the very last session at the tea festival. We do a combo tea tasting with Altered State and Stormbreaker, and I just brew it super thick and strong, and then that's enough to everyone's floating home after that.
And Slumbering Dragon is a super strong tea for me.
Slumbering Dragon is also super strong tea.
Yep.
Zealousy had 11 grams left, and he was going to brew it all in one shot, but his friends talked you out of it. That's
good friend.
Probably wise. Although I don't know, I would have been tempted to just do it. But hey, at least now you got another. You got one more 6-gram session, or 2 3-gram sessions if you got like a really tiny teapot.
I remember one time I got too drunk. I just feel really weird. I eat everything in the refrigerator to calm myself down, but still my body is shaking.
Was that after the tea festival?
Oh, it was in the Kunming tea market. That guy gave me a whole bunch after that, and all night my body is shaking. So I know I need to eat food. I eat so much food, my body is shaking.
That was a really intense session. Yeah, we had a really intense session in the Kunming tea markets with a guy who used to dabble heavily in the Laobanjiang tea world, and so he had purchased the old tree, king tree, from like 2010, and never pressed it, kept it loose.
Yeah.
And he's just like, yeah, let's have some of it, and just grabbed like a fistful and stuffed it in like a giant teapot. And like, man, from like the first steep, like I saw Lama pulls out her phone and immediately like started ordering food because she just knew we were going to have something because we hadn't eaten in a long time. And so food was delivered in 5 minutes, but it wasn't enough. That tea was crazy.
It's crazy, yeah.
Crazy.
It destroyed my body.
Yeah, I was wrecked after that session. T-Voyer says she's usually sensitive to pu'er, but Slumbering Dragon makes you feel awesome. Yeah, Slumbering Dragon's one of those really interesting teas. I mean, it can go. It's definitely a love it or hate it. You know, people who love it like absolutely love it, and people that don't like it they are really passionate about how they don't like it. So.
Tea. Keep passion.
Alex says he's never had any teas hit him hard enough. Usually those teas are just too astringent or bitter for me to palate. Yeah, well, see, that's the thing. It's like you got to if you really want to if you're gonna be a chi chaser, a cha chi chaser, you have to drink through it. You really do. So brew it up as strong and hard as you can, and then just drink it. Don't even worry. Don't even focus on like the taste or the aroma. Just push past it, and that's where the magic can happen. But it can also be it can also be pretty intense. You actually do see people puke at the tea markets in China sometimes. They'll just the session will just be too much. Just walk right outside.
And the vendor always have snacks in front of tea table or candy.
Yeah,
so
they're always eating food at the sessions too.
Yep.
Tanuki himself, what does tea that strong do to your body? I'm not a scientist. I'm not a biologist. I'm not a medical doctor. I don't know. I don't know how to. I won't even try to describe like it because I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. But it does good stuff. There's interesting things.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think it depends on how drunk you are. If it's tolerable, it's very comfortable. You can see things clear. You have more energy. You feel more efficient. But once it's over that limit, for me, my body shakes. It's not very comfortable. So you have to know what's your balance tolerant level.
Yeah, Alex. Really acidic coffees upset the stomach without food as well. Yeah, they absolutely can. Although I can do coffee on an empty stomach. I can do sheng pu'er on an empty stomach. I can do shou pu'er on an empty stomach. But black tea, dianhong on an empty stomach just wrecks me. It's like a knife in the gut.
Unless you.
What does it do to me personally? I start to feel heat. Like an intense concentration of like blood, like usually like in the forehead. It just kind of like sits there and kind of like pulses and throbs. You can feel it moving around. It can move around to different places. A really nice sense of just calm, kind of like an enhanced awareness, I guess would be the way to describe it. If it gets really strong, I mean, there can kind of be like a whole body like buzz that goes with it. It's interesting. It's usually mostly head focused. I get a lot of like buzziness in the head. Things seem to become a little bit clearer. I usually have a more. I have a lot of creative energy that happens. I usually try to like do like drawing or stuff like that, or write tea descriptions and things when I'm drunk. Just kind of when I'm tea drunk, whatever I've got, just kind of like scribble it down. Is that art in the top corner one of the pu-erh arts? Yeah, this one right up here. That is the actual original painting, the original from Dark Depths. Yeah, which we have being repressed right now, which is exciting. Maybe get that out in a couple weeks. Mr. Remake says, I guess it would be the tannin, but there's a lot going on in the tea. It's hard to say. There is a lot going on in the tea. And, pu'er has, I mean, obviously it has caffeine. And caffeine is like something that we know has, mental effects on people. We also know that there's, the chemical L-theanine in tea is a mood relaxer. And it's kind of one of the ones that takes the edge off of the caffeine, kind of promotes awareness and creativity. And then there's a whole bunch of other interesting stuff that goes on. And if the tea is old enough, even some of the aged microbials maybe, taking part in the game and stuff. It's just it's interesting. Alex said some black breakfast tea make your stomach upset. Yeah, black teas on an empty stomach can really destroy me. Unless I've got it mixed with a lot of
cream, sugar.
If I got it mixed with a lot of some honey and some thick milk, thick cream or something like that, then it can be great. It can be really nice.
Like a Hong Kong milk tea.
Hong Kong style milk tea. I need to figure out a way to do a video like that. How can we get a camera set up in the kitchen or something like that? Make me brew up some show people how I make my Hong Kong style milk tea using our
Yep.
It's pretty straightforward. I mean, just toss like a really giant chunk of the black tea into a pot and just boil it for like 15 minutes. I don't know if people want to watch me boiling something for 15 minutes.
You probably cut it.
Yeah. Don Chaco, you sure we've had more time with the Crimson Guangdao Bay than with mine? How has it evolved for you? I guess I haven't really paid attention to the evolution of it. I have two. So I've got one that I use for sheng and one that I use for show. Mostly, if I'm using this, it's like a video session. When we're sitting there analyzing teas, I'll use my glass fairness cup to kind of give it more of an honest approximation, because this will actually change the tea. But I really like it. I think it does a nice mellowing. Zealousy wants to know if we can talk about our ambassador program me and Farmer Leaf are running. Yeah, absolutely. I can because I need to reply to everybody who emailed me about it already. But I haven't had a chance to with the holidays and everything.
I think lots of people are interested.
There's a lot of people that are interested. It's pretty cool. Farmer Leaf's a pretty cool guy. We've spent some time with him when we're in Yunnan. He's very knowledgeable, really nice. Super generous with his time and everything. And he's just like me, super passionate about Chinese style tea. The tea community, and pushing and pressing I guess just promoting gongfu cha, promoting the tea experience, getting more people into the tea experience. Like, what will it actually take to get double the amount of people in the West brewing tea gongfu style than currently are, things like that. And he and I have been chatting about stuff like that, and so he came up with the idea of the tea ambassador program, proposed it to me. I was just like, hey man, I just want to know, I want to get some tea shops, involved in this. Want to find people that are already in the community, that are fans of Chinese style teas, fans of brewing stuff gongfu style, and ones that want to organize events and try and get more people into it, and just to talk about teas, and just to kind of try to kickstart the not even kickstart, but just kind of add a little fuel to the fire that's already growing in the West for gongfu teas. And I told him, yeah, dude, I would be absolutely be happy to help. And so he got I can't remember, he got a handful of other people. Was it Iwu Mountain, Nanoshan, Essence of Tea, one or two others. I can't remember.
Lots of tea mountains, Joy.
Yeah, and the idea was to just kind of give people a structure for helping to organize events. If they're already, I know there's tons of people that are already organizing events and promoting tea and stuff like that, but just kind of wanting to, some people I would love to do it, but I don't know how to start. Maybe they don't even know who in their area would be into something like that. Just trying to find, just give people the resources to find other people that may be in the area that want to do that, or being able to talk to other people that have been running successful tea tastings and events, and then hopefully be able to offer some teas to people that are running events. If we know an event's coming up and somebody's got a thing, maybe we'd be able to send some teas out for them to be able to try and stuff like that. And just give people a little bit closer access to the producers, closer access to tea farmers in some cases, because Farmer Leaf, he runs his own gardens and has his own farm and processes his own teas and things like that. It's kind of an invaluable resource, but it's something that's not really organized currently, and that's kind of what we were what we were hoping to do. And so we'll start slow, see who's interested in it, start trying to organize some stuff, and it's probably going to be some learning curves and things like that as we just kind of try and figure stuff out, and go from there. I mean, I saw some comments online. People said it was pyramid scheme, mid-level marketing, dude. It's we just want to help people run tea events. That's all it is. So, and I think it'll be fun. Don Chaka, do you think it's possible for true gongfu tea shoppers to make a footing here in boba shops thrive so heavily? Well, yeah, it is, because eventually people get really sick of just constant sugary drinks. There is, it's a ladder. People eventually they get into something, they're like, hey, I want to get into this tea thing. They go to a local tea shop. It's all boba, 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 and then eventually they're like, man, I like this is good. I really like this, but like, is there anything more? And if you have that waiting for them at the top, they can use like the boba shops as a stepping stone. I have nothing against boba tea shops, fruit tea shops. I like them. Like there's the one at the mall. We had one the other day. Like
I
no
think
problems
you
with it.
use Starbucks as example.
Yeah.
Coffee industry,
Yeah, you can use the Starbucks analogy, and I've used that before. Starbucks is not the best coffee in the world, but it's very accessible, and you can get a lot of milk and sugar added to it, and you can make some really nice, tasty beverages and things. But it helps people. It did help people be like, hey, wow, coffee is more than we thought it was. And then the question is like, well, can it be even more than that? And then you've got extra specialty shops that sit up on the top of that, ready to show people what's next. Zealousy, when you stayed with your friends in Seattle this summer, you brewed yancha and hongcha for them. They got hooked. Yeah, a lot of it really, you need somebody to guide you in the beginning. I had an early guide when I was down at where was that in Santa Cruz? Hidden Peak. I was at Hidden Peak. Some guy, the owner, sat down, showed me how to brew Gong Fu style, explained the teas a little bit. I was chatting with my friend that night. He was doing the same thing. We had some tea sessions that night, had some tea sessions in the morning, and just kind of showed me like what was possible. And then I was able to explore the the tea journey myself for a while. But then I kind of I hit a wall when it came to sheng pu'er. I could not figure sheng pu'er out at all. And it wasn't until we got to China. And so we were in China. We were with your family. We had just. Was that after? No, that was before our wedding in China, right? So
yeah, before the wedding.
Before our wedding in China, and so it was Chinese New Year. We went to Shangri-La. We went to Dali. We went to this city called Lijiang, and Lijiang is old style town. It's on the UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it's just got tons of these like ancient like tea houses just nestled in these little tiny streets. The whole city is a maze, and there was just one little shop, and I was like, hey, this shop is pretty cool. Went in there and sat down, and that's when we had the Changtai Top of the Clouds, and it just blew my mind.
Yeah, and once you hook on the sheng pu'er, you just can't go back.
Yeah. Warp Diode says, in order to get into tea, you need to first buy a tea rulebook 5th edition, then buy a teapot, assemble it, paint it. Wait, that's a different hobby. Yeah, exactly. But even something like that, like Warhammer 40,000 or something, those super intense, like incredibly complicated tabletop setups are incredibly popular. And you would think like the cost to actually like get into that, just in the amount of time you have to spend to get into that, is massively huge. But there's people that do it and they love it. Nice. So yeah, thanks. I'm glad you shared some of the tea, and it was nice to have tea with you when you were up here too. That was fun. Ziaxio, there's no bubble tea in Montana. It's funny because you actually do. There's not a bubble tea, but my friend lives in, is it Red Lodge? And I think you've been through there before. I don't know. There's a pretty decent little tea shop in Red Lodge. So yeah, you'll find some interesting little places here and there. And bubble tea, in order for it to really be successful, because I think the margins are pretty narrow, probably you really want to have something that just gets tons and tons and tons of foot traffic. That's why, like, inside of like a busy mall, you're gonna find like that, or all of the right, yeah, in Kunming, like because we spent some time in Guangzhou, and there was like that bubble shop, right? In Hangzhou, there was that bubble tea shop that we went to all the time. It was like so good. And then we get to Kunming, and I'm like, where's all the bubble tea shops? And because I couldn't find any. And I was like, well, you have to go to a college. And so they're all the bubble tea shops in China are always right next to a big school.
It's next to the young generation.
Yeah.
Well, we live, I didn't realize it's become old people's community.
Yeah, Lama lives in an old people community.
They used to be young people.
Yeah.
Everybody get older.
Yeah. So that was pretty funny. I was just like, what is bubble tea not popular in Yunnan? And it actually is. It's just the kids.
Different in the
It's got to be, you got to be next to a university, next to a college, next to a school, and then you'll find the bubble tea shops. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I when I was a kid, the bubble tea was so cheap, but now in China, some bubble tea is super expensive. Yeah.
Don Chaco, a bit off topic. How do brick teas or all those other shapes get pressed? Mechanical or hand pressed? It's a little bit of both. The traditional way was just putting really big weights on top of it and then standing, kind of like doing a little dance on it. You can still do that now. You also have mechanical machines. Most I don't think traditionally they did a lot of like the square shapes and stuff. That took some different compression and stuff. But yeah, the modern stuff, it's a combination. So you can do it super heavy pressed with like a machine. And those iron cakes are actually popular. Some places they really like that. But I prefer something that's a little bit more closer to like a natural stone storage or stone press. But the stone pressing takes a really long time. And I'll be honest, I don't really think that just the stone pressing itself is better. I don't know. It just takes a lot more time. Yeah, and it's definitely looser, which I like. But I don't mean if you press, what I meant is like if you pressed something with stones at the exact same compression level as you pressed it with a hydraulic press, I don't think that it's naturally better than it was the stone, than it was the machine. I don't have a problem with technology for the most part. So what we do is we actually set the machines to have a fairly low compression because I don't want it to get too heavy. So I have it hydraulically pressed, and then it's actually set under a stone at that point in time. But it doesn't take as long, and then it's sitting under that stone for maybe only like 20 minutes or something like that.
Even machine compressed, the stir is very hand intense. I mean, still lots of steps involve human being.
Yeah, the human's actually like taking the tea and weighing the tea, and they put it into like a steaming tube, and then it gets steamed, and then it gets flipped into a bag, and it gets pressed in the bag. The nafe's got to be put in there right. It's got to be twisted and rolled into like the perfect like bag shape and stuff. And then exactly, stick it in the machine. Psh, that's it. It's
the
done.
rest step you have to do manually. Yeah.
You get people saying that you shouldn't have things like machine press and stuff, but there's so many variations on it. It's a absolutism that I don't agree with. Is the quality of the material in a brick less than the quality of a cake? Traditionally, yeah. Traditionally, like the lower quality stuff was put into bricks or tochas, and the highest quality stuff was in cakes. Nowadays, you can press whatever you want. And so a lot of people still have that same mindset. It's like, oh, it's a brick, it can't be any good. But I mean, I could take like the most expensive, single tree labanjang and press it into a cake. It doesn't matter. I'll press it in either one depending on what I want the aesthetic of the product to look like. You're still going through our white label brick, but no Bing hole, right? Yeah. There's no the bricks don't have a Bing hole. They don't need it. The Bing hole is introduced from where the fabric actually folds up, rolls up, and holds as it's pressing down. Daughter of Fishes, hey, what's going on? It's good to see you. Is there a 2021 Slumbering Dragon? Yes, there is, and it is being pressed. It's being pressed right now. Actually, in fact, it already is pressed.
Yeah, it's just wrapping.
But it's wrapping, and then